The idea that sex or gender are malleable is not true. Okay, and I'm not denying your humanity if you're a transgender person. I am saying that you are not the sex to which you claim to be.
This American lawyer just shut down a woke student, and you won't believe what happened next.
I'm 20.
As a mathematician and a physicist, what in the hell do you know about human biology?
And you got your law degree from Harvard. What do you know about biology?
From explosive college debates to heated TV showdowns, he's making headlines and takes on the woke agenda.
Word games about how you feel subjectively has no bearing on whether male and female are categories that exist. And if you're trying to define male and female with reference to any subjective category that cannot be identified by any metric whatsoever other than how you feel today, I challenge whether that is scientific or whether that is merely a self-perception that is being guided by a political agenda.
Ben Shapiro is fed up with the woke movement and can't seem to stand it anymore. Known for his unapologetic approach, Shapiro isn't afraid to tackle the most controversial issues in front of everyone, especially when it comes to gender identity. He can't hold it together any longer, and he's speaking his mind out loudly.
I will just say that anyone who suggests that gender has no reference whatsoever to biology, it's not connected in any way to biology, is just full of shit.
And this is where things get fiery. During an event at a university in Wisconsin, Shapiro got into an argument with a student who thought had the perfect argument.
I can define womanhood for you, which is a set of characteristics associated with females, and a woman as someone who exhibits said womanhood.
Okay, well, you have just used the word female and woman to define each other. So you say a woman is a female, but not a biological female. A female is a woman and a woman is a female, but at no point have you added any new content.
No.
This shows Shapiro's classic response, sharp and direct, defending his strong opinion. Ben Shapiro has always aimed at challenging woke ideas head-on. During a conference, he entered into a debate with a woke activist that is pro-transgender identity. But then he asked her this question.
Let me ask you this. Okay, I won't ask you how old. I will ask you how old you are, okay? Because you're young enough that it's probably not insulting to ask you. So.
I'm 22, so I'm probably young and naive, right?
No. Why aren't you 60?
Why aren't you 60? This seemingly simple question leaves the student scrambling for an answer.
Why aren't you 60? And why can't you identify as 60? What is the problem with you identifying as 60?
Shapiro uses this question to challenge her logic, driving home his point that personal feelings can't change objective facts like age or gender. Let's watch further.
You can't magically change your gender. You can't magically change your sex. You can't magically change your age.
You can still legally change it. People recognize
You can't legally change your age, by the way.
Obviously, you can change your name, you can change your sex, you can change your identity.
Just because you can do things legally doesn't mean that they are correct biologically.
The woke activist claims that you can change your gender and age just like you can change your name. And that's biological reality? Ben quickly shuts this down with common sense, and he argues that subjective feelings and legal documents may change, but the biological facts of sex and gender remain the same.
I'm not going to go along with the general societal willingness to rewrite basic facets of human nature and human biology, and frankly, mammalian biology, in order to suggest that a delusion is true.
Shapiro insists that biological realities are non-negotiable. For him, these truths, such as the distinction between male and female, are critical points where woke ideologies attempt to blur facts. Ben Shapiro also takes on the argument, often made by the woke people, that you can't determine someone's gender just by looking at them. But wait till you see how Shapiro doesn't hold back with his counter-argument.
So here's my problem with that particular argument. The answer is that in 99.8%, 99.9% of cases, you absolutely can gender somebody based on looking at them. Like really, if you're going to use intersex people as an example of not being able to do that, this does not obviate the biological duality of sex upon which all progeneration is based for all of human history and for all mammalian species.
But apparently that wasn't enough. The woke student claimed that gender is a spectrum, and he doesn't have the right to determine someone's gender based solely on their appearance. Shapiro's response: direct, sharp, and absolutely brutal.
I can have every single biological characteristic of a male, and if I say I am female, then I am female. This is anti-scientific nonsense.
Shapiro's take about tackling this issue is not only about gender identity, it's also about tearing apart flawed arguments. The student was left speechless, completely defeated by Shapiro's sharp logic. And that's just the beginning. Wait until you see what happened on live TV when Ben Shapiro clashed with transgender activist Zoe Tur. Things got fiery.
From the genetics and back to the brain scans.
You cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
Yeah, that seems mildly inappropriate for a political discussion.
No, I know. Well, but wait. To be fair, but to be fair, wait. But to be fair, but to be